Hello everyone, I'm Dante from Low Manor and welcome to another Lorewatch. In this episode we are looking at the mysterious backstory to one of the most controversial scientists in the Overwatch universe, Moira. While Overwatch undoubtedly brought in a golden age, defeating the Omnics, unifying nations, drastically advancing technology, and ultimately harmony across the world, there were those that saw it as an obstacle to true advancement, that the rules enforced inhibited true progress. True progress has no limits, be that socially or morally. Moira was one such scientist, a brilliant mind with a unique passion for genetics, not just studying them, but altering them. This led to an early discovery, although the means in which she was able to make it and test it are at best questionable. Even this early in her career, she was starting to gain a reputation of using live human subjects, alienating her from the majority of the scientific community, as her ethics conflicted with theirs. Regardless of how she made her breakthrough, it was an incredible leap forward. She submitted a paper for peer review, confirming that she had indeed found a way to alter DNA of live subjects, opening up the possibility to cure all genetic defects. However, a combination of her unethical behavior and views on how to capitalize on this discovery alienated her from almost every institution. That was until a familiar face approached her, Gabriel Reyes of Blackwatch. It's here she would find her first home, with the freedom to continue her research. Even though Overwatch was everything Moira despised, Blackwatch was by no means the same. Due to their complete lack of oversight, Gabriel was able to run it however he saw fit, taking on anyone he wanted, with the funding to support undisclosed research, hidden even from his close friend Jack Morrison. This suited Moira extremely well. Finally, she could realize her potential without the red tape and bureaucracy. Her end goal isn't to cure disease or save the inflicted. Rather, she had a more grand purpose: to perfect humanity, to maximize its potential, and to expand what we would consider the boundaries of humanity. After several years of experimentation, she made some rather unique discoveries from making additions to DNA. Who exactly this research was conducted on isn't known, or where they came from. However it happened, it's certain it wasn't without casualties. Considering the effects on those that survived, it's frightening to imagine how much worse the effects could have got. Live animals and people melting out of reality. Finally, she had discovered how to rearrange, restore, and replace DNA in living subjects, with enough accuracy that even Gabriel accepted to receive treatment from her. He had already been altered once before, becoming one of the greatest super soldiers in the process. Whatever his reason this time is yet to be discovered. But Moira, she was not going to turn down this opportunity. Her experiment most certainly worked, but not in the way either of them had expected. He started to disintegrate, still retaining his form, but literally a shadow of his former self, his cells constantly in flux. For Moira though, it was clearly a success. She took what she had learnt and was able to craft a temporary version of the effect, giving her the ability to phase in and out of existence for brief moments, perfect for evading capture, which will be important for the events about to unfold. She was able to weaponize this effect to dissolve her enemies and on occasion restore her allies. Shortly after her experiment on Reaper, Overwatch started to collapse, thanks to the actions of Blackwatch, as the consequences of their actions finally came to light, the catalyst for which is known as Retribution. She was one of the 4 agents sent to capture a top Talon official, Antonio Bartoli, effectively a mobster, an arms dealer, and most importantly, a member of Talon's leading council. But the plan fell apart. He was fully aware that Blackwatch would not be able to put him away. His connections are just too strong, which is why Blackwatch was sent and not Overwatch. Gabriel ended his confidence pretty sharply, as he shot him through a window. A move more suited to Talon than anyone associated with Overwatch. A clear sign of things to come, perhaps even the influence of Moira. The dominoes to the downfall and the end of the Golden Age had started to fall. Whether she had done this on purpose, or was merely nonchalant about its destruction, having taken what she needed, is unclear. But as the fighting with the organisation reached its peak, with the detonation of the Overwatch headquarters, Her next move was clear: Talon. Clearly a move she had considered before Blackwatch had even ended, as their goals and methods aligned too perfectly, especially considering Blackwatch knew more about Talon than any organisation on the planet. A perfect way to scope out a new investor. Taking Gabriel with her, who, thanks to her experiments, is now somewhat dependent on her. Her discoveries and scientific advancements also led to her being removed as a blacklisted scientist. At least in the eyes of Oasis, and arguably the greatest scientific minds in all fields. Especially those that are willing to push the boundaries of yet to be discovered knowledge. Ethics in their world is somewhat flexible, as long as it leads to scientific discoveries. Appointed as the Minister of Genetics with her own staff and an entire laboratory, now legitimized as a mainstream scientist, she continues her pursuit of the perfect form, looking for a way to cure Reaper of his current condition, and in the process perfecting her craft, even using the research by other well-established scientists, such as Angela Ziegler. Although intended for virtuous means, it may be the key Moira needs. Meanwhile, her public life is merely a guise for her more nefarious focus. She gained much from Overwatch's fall, earning herself a seat at the table of Talon's Council, responsible for their correction, away from a purely profit-based entity, to a force of change, to bring about the chaos that forces strength to strive. After all, chaos is but another ladder to climb. Summoning the impending war, a second Omnic crisis, a perfect test for her research, to create her own empire of perfect humans, strengthened by her will and bending to her desires. The world are but subjects until we
surrender to my will.
Thanks for watching this Lorewatch. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. You can click the bell for notifications of future content as it goes live, and until next time, I've been Dante, thanks for watching.